Akashvani. I am Valsa Williams with the news at 9. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates first Indian Art, Architecture and Design Biennale at Red Fort in New Delhi. Says Aatmanirbhar Bharat Centre for Design will provide a platform to promote unique and rare crafts of India. Centre revises wheat stock limits for wholesalers and retailers to prevent hoarding and control prices. RBI keeps repo rate unchanged at 6.5%, proposes to raise UPI transaction limit at hospitals and educational institutions to 5 lakh rupees. Trinamool Congress MP Mahua Moitra expelled from Lok Sabha for her unethical conduct in cash for query matter. And India Met Department forecasts fresh spell of rainfall over Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Puducherry till Sunday. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the first Indian Art, Architecture and Design Biennale IAADB at Red Fort in New Delhi today. He unveiled 7 research publications on the occasion. The Prime Minister also inaugurated the Aatmanirbhar Bharat Centre for Design. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Modi said the Aatmanirbhar Bharat Centre for Design will provide a platform to promote the unique and rare crafts of India.
आज आत्मनिर्भर भारत सेंटर फॉर डिजाइन का लोकार्पण भी हुआ है। ये कारीगरों और डिजाइनर्स को साथ लाने, मार्केट से उन्हें इनोवेशन करने में मदद करेगा। इससे कारीगरों को डिजाइन डेवलपमेंट की भी जानकारी मिलेगी और वो डिजिटल मार्केटिंग में भी पारंगत होंगे। ये सेंटर लोकल आर्ट को एनरिच करने के लिए इनोवेटिव आइडियाज को भी आगे बढ़ाएंगे।
The Prime Minister highlighted that the rich cultural heritage and diversity of India originated due to the vibrant democracy of our country. He added that art, architecture and culture prosper only when there is freedom of expression and diversity blooms from the tradition of debates and discussions. Mr. Modi said through cultural programs like the International Museum Expo and Festival of Libraries, India is trying to institutionalize global cultural initiatives. IAADB is being organized in line with the Prime Minister's vision to develop a flagship global cultural initiative in the country. It is designed to initiate a holistic conversation between artists, architects, designers, photographers, collectors, art professionals and the public. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the Uttarakhand Global Investors Summit in Dehradun today. The 2-day summit being held at the Forest Research Institute focuses on the theme of peace to prosperity. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Modi called for developing the supply chain and supporting the MSME sector in the country so that India does not have to depend on other countries. He asserted that India is going to become the 3rd largest economy in the world in the next few years. Mr. Modi credited the combination of a stable government, a supportive policy system, mentality of reform and transform, and confidence in development.
अगले कुछ वर्षों में भारत दुनिया की तीसरी सबसे बड़ी इकोनॉमी बनने जा रहा है और मैं देशवासियों को विश्वास दिलाता हूं कि मेरी तीसरी टर्म में देश दुनिया में पहले 3 में होके रहेगा।
The centre has revised the wheat stock limits for wholesalers and retailers to prevent hoarding and manage food security. The Consumer Affairs Ministry said the stock limit for traders and wholesalers has been reduced to 1,000 metric tons from the existing 2,000 metric tons. For retailers, it has been reduced to 5 metric tons for each retail outlet from the earlier 10 metric tons. The revised order will be applicable till the 31st of March 2024. The ministry said the removal of licensing requirements, stock limits and movement restrictions on specified foodstuffs, Amendment Order 2023, will be applicable till March end of 2024 for all states and union territories. The ministry said all wheat stocking entities are required to register on the wheat stock limit portal and update the stock position every Friday. It said action will be taken against those entities which are found to have not registered on the portal or violated the stock limits. The Department Department of Food and Public Distribution is keeping a close watch over the stock position of wheat to control prices and ensure easy availability in the country. The government has approved reservation norms for mandatory use of jute in packaging for the jute year 2023-24. The decision was taken at the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs CCEA meeting. The mandatory packaging norms will provide for 100% reservation of food grains and 20% of sugar to be compulsorily packed in jute bags. According to an official release, the reservation norms in present proposal would further protect the interest of domestic production of raw jute and jute packaging material in India, thereby making India self-reliant in consonance with Aatmanirbhar Bharat. The government has approved additional allocation of 2,500 crore rupees for continuation of interest equalization scheme on pre- and post-shipment rupee export credit till the 30th of June next year. This was approved in the Union Cabinet meeting. This would help exporters from identified sectors and all MSME manufacturer exporters to avail pre- and post-shipment rupee export credit at competitive rates. The Reserve Bank of India, RBI, has decided to keep the policy repo rate unchanged at 6.5% for the fifth time in a row. Announcing the bi-monthly monetary policy today, RBI Governor Shaktikant Das said this decision was taken unanimously by the Monetary Policy Committee. He attributed declining inflation as the reason behind maintaining the status quo in the policy stance.
We have made significant progress in bringing down inflation to below 5% in October 2023, despite occasional blips due to intermittent supply shocks. Our policy of prioritizing inflation over growth, hiking the interest rates, that is policy rate, by 250 basis points in a calibrated manner, and draining out excess liquidity have worked well.
The central bank also revised its gross domestic product (GDP) growth forecast in its recent Monetary Policy Committee meeting. The governor said real GDP growth for the current financial year 2023-24 is projected to be 7%, up from the earlier 6.5%. Mr. Das also said the central bank has proposed to hike the limit of UPI transactions in hospitals and educational institutions from 1 lakh to 5 lakh rupees. Talking to Akashvani News, senior economic journalist Puneet Jain spoke about these steps taken by the RBI.
For consumers, the good news is that the interest rates will not be going higher. They will be able to get loans at the present rates, at the present low rates. Reserve Bank has also made some very interesting changes as far as framework for digital payments are concerned. Of course, one is that the UPI payments for educational institutions and hospitals, the limit has been raised from 1 lakh to up to 5 lakhs. So consumers can now make payments through UPI to schools, colleges and to hospitals up to 5 lakhs. Secondly, they have also eased OTP based payment system and made it more efficient. And going forward, I think because of the RBI's policy, consumers will face less hardships in terms of obtaining loans and at reasonable rates.
Minister of State for Road, Transport and Highways, Dr. V.K. Singh, has said the world's 50% digital transactions took place from India. Addressing a press conference in New Delhi, he said in the last 9 years, big transformation has taken place in digitization system. Dr. Singh said the volume of transactions in digital payment system in the country has increased by over 1,000%. He said the internet data tariff is the lowest in the world. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Trinamool Congress MP Mahua Moitra has been expelled from the Lok Sabha for her unethical conduct in the cash for query matter. When the House met after the second adjournment at 2 p.m, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi moved a motion over the Ethics Committee report on the matter, which had recommended expulsion of the TMC MP from the House. Speaker Om Birla allowed a discussion over the motion. Mr. Birla said the matter which is being taken up is painful. He emphasized that members should maintain dignity of Parliament and democracy, and there should not be any compromise on it. He added that the members' conduct should not be such that lowers the dignity of parliamentary democracy. When the House was taking up the matter for voice vote, the opposition members staged a walkout. Later, the House was adjourned for the day. The Ethics Committee had conducted an inquiry over BJP MP Nishikant Dubey's allegations that Ms. Moitra accepted bribes and favours for asking questions in the Lok Sabha at the behest of businessman Darshan Hiranandani to target the Adani Group and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The Prime Minister today congratulated Lalduoma on taking oath as the Chief Minister of Mizoram. In a social media post, Prime Minister Modi said the centre will work closely with the new government in order to fulfill the aspirations of the people of Mizoram. Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra VBSY is continuing its inspiring journey throughout the country. The yatra was inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the 15th of last month. It aims at informing and empowering citizens about the flagship schemes of the government and is receiving huge public response. Meanwhile, the yatra has started in 4 districts of West Bengal in its first phase. Common people are showing interest in various government schemes. More from our Kolkata correspondent.
Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra has started in Alipurduar, Jhargram, Bankura and West Midnapur districts of West Bengal. The IEC vans have travelled at various Gram Panchayats of this district. Common people have been informed about various government schemes like PM Kishan Yojana, PM Awaz Yojana, PM Jivan Jyoti Bima Yojana, etc. A farmer named Vidyut Ghosh from Jhargram district has told that PM Kishan Yojana has benefited him a lot.
যখন এই কেন্দ্রীয় সরকার পিএম কিষাণ চালু করে তখন থেকেই আমি পেয়ে আসছি সুবিধা বলতে কি আমরা চাষি মানুষ আমাদের যেটুকু পাবো সেটুকুই আমাদের লাভ
কল্যাণ লাহা আকাশবাণী কলকাতা
VBSY is benefiting citizens in rural as well as urban areas of Maharashtra. In Ahmednagar, Maharashtra Revenue, Animal Husbandry, Dairy Development Minister and District Guardian Minister Radhakrishna Vikhe Patil led the yatra from Goregaon in Navasa Taluka. Activities like soil testing, use of organic and biological fertilizers, natural farming, spraying of nano-urea on crops by drones were conducted as a part of the awareness campaign. So far, the yatra has covered 88 villages. The Sankalp Yatra reached Nagsari in Latur district. In Nagar and VBSY for urban Dimapur and Chamukadima kicked off today, sharing Meri Kahani Meri Zubani. Rita Ghosh, a street vendor from urban Dimapur, spoke about the positive changes brought by PM Swanidhi scheme in her life.
मेरा नाम रीता घोष है और मैं नागालैंड का एक स्ट्रीट वेंडर्स हूँ और मैं स्ट्रीट वेंडर्स करके अभी 20 साल हो गए हैं। पहले तो कुछ भी बेनिफिट्स नहीं पता था, कुछ नहीं मिलता था हमें, हमारा आइडेंटिटी नहीं था। जब से ये स्वनिधि स्कीम आए हुए है तब से हमारा एक बहुत फायदा हुआ कि हम स्ट्रीट वेंडर्स आईडी कार्ड हमें मिला, प्लस हमारे सर्टिफिकेट मिला और उसके थ्रू हमें लोन मिला। तो उस लोन के थ्रू मैं अपना दुकान को बढ़ावा दे पाई।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will interact with beneficiaries of VBSY tomorrow through video conferencing. The program will be joined virtually by thousands of Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra beneficiaries from across the country. The India Meteorological Department IMD has forecast a fresh spell of rainfall with isolated heavy falls likely over South Peninsula India till Sunday. It has predicted light to moderate rainfall at some places with isolated thunderstorm and lightning very likely over Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, Karaikal and Lakshadweep. IMD said dense fog is expected during morning hours tomorrow in isolated pockets over Punjab, Haryana, East Uttar Pradesh and Bihar for 2 days and over Assam, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram and Tripura till the 11th of December. The IMD has also forecast gradual fall in minimum temperatures by about 2 to 4 degrees Celsius over northwest, central and east India during the next 3 days. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates first Indian Art, Architecture and Design Biennale at Red Fort in New Delhi. Says Aatmanirbhar Bharat Centre for Design will provide a platform to promote unique and rare crafts of India. Centre revises wheat stock limits for wholesalers and retailers to prevent hoarding and control prices. Government approves reservation norms for mandatory use of jute in packaging for the jute year 2023-24. RBI keeps repo rate unchanged at 6.5%, proposes to raise UPI transaction limit at hospitals and educational institutions to 5 lakh rupees. Trinamool Congress MP Mahua Moitra expelled from Lok Sabha for her unethical conduct in cash for query matter. And India Met Department forecast fresh spell of rainfall over Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Puducherry till Sunday. That is all in the news at 9. Good night.